everyone. Let's go on to learn the equations. Let's learn some interesting examples. For example, the question. Solving the equation here, the denominator is 0.3 and numerator is x minus 1 minus the denominator is 0.5 and the numerator x plus 2 equals 1.2. What is the x? Okay, of course, we will change the denominator both to integers. Okay, we times what? Here we can times 3, here times 3, here times 3, here times 3. Here they change the integers. Okay. Of course, here is what? Here change to 10x minus 10. And here 3 divided by 0.5 is 6. Okay, here is 6x plus 2. And of course, we remove the parentheses. And here it's 10x minus 10. And here's minus 6x minus 12 equals, here is times 3 is 3.6. Then transfer, okay, 10x, it didn't change. And remove the minus 6. Here, 3.6 is on the left, it's not changed. But here, negative 10 becomes positive 10. Negative 12 becomes positive 12. So it's 3.6 plus 10 plus 12. Of course, it equals 25.6. Here, 10x minus 6x, of course, it's 4x. Then the coefficient, the x coefficients, that becomes 1, of course, with the left and right both divided by 4. So x equals 6.4. Okay, let's learn some new interesting example. Use a interesting method named split physics. Split physics. Let's have a look. 2 x above 2, x above 6. Means x divided by 2, x divided by 6, x divided by 12, plus, and equals 2016. What is the x? Oh, we can't remove the denominators. But let's have a look. Here we put x outside. Inside is half, 1 above 2, 1 above 6, 1 above 12. Of course, 2 we can change 1 times 2. 6 we can change 2 times 3. 12 we can change 3 times 4. Then we split it. It's 1 minus half and half minus third. Then the middle is what? The plus of the middle is, of course, it's E0. Then left and the first and the last. The first is 1. The last is 2017. Then 1 minus 2017. Of course, here is 2016. Of course, here x equals 2017. It's interesting. Split physics, the method. Let's go on. Here it's the same way, the same method. The denominator is 1 times 3, 3 times 5, 5 times 7. We can change it to 1 minus third 1. But here it's third 2. So we times half before the coefficient. So here the middle plus is what? It's also 0. It's nothing. So that's the first, the head, and the second, the end. So 1 minus 2015's 1. Of course, before the x, we must times half. 2, 1 about 2. Of course, here we know x equals 1007. This method we must learn. Split physics. Let's go on to learn some example. The value, the absolute value, the equation with absolute value. Here, for example, here, the absolute value of x minus 1 equals 2. Of course, here, x minus 1, if it's above, it's bigger than 0 or it's less than 0. If it's less than 0, here is a negative number. So it equals the negative, the minus of x minus 1. So we can find the value x is 1. If x minus 1 is above, it's bigger than 0. So here is the absolute value. So it's the x minus 1. So we can find x equals 7. So the answer is x equals 1 or x equals 3. The equation with the opposite value. Of course, here the sum of 2x plus 3 and opposite value of the sum of 2x plus 3. Of course, 2x plus 3 may be equals 8, or 2x plus 3 may equals negative 8. So x can equals 5 about 2, or x equals the negative 11 about 2. It has two values. Of course, here we can, this equation with the absolute value. We can, if here is 0, x is what? X is negative half, 3 about 2. Here, if x minus 1 is 0, x equals 1. So we must have 3 parts. If x is here, means x is less than negative 3 about 2, then here is a negative number. Here is a negative number 2. And if x is bigger than negative half past 3 over 2, but less than 1, here is the positive, but here is negative. And of course, here is x is bigger than 1. Here is positive, and here is positive 2. So we can 3 parts to find the question. So here we can find x. Okay, x is in the x less than negative 3 above 2. And when x is this part, then we find x is the negative third one. But if x is bigger than 1, we can find x equals 3. But x equals negative 3. But first, the x is bigger than 1, so it is impossible. So discard it. So we can find the value. It has two values. One is negative 5 or x equals negative third one. This is the equation with the absolute value. If you have any questions, please feel free to send me a private message.
Let's go! My stupid